Hi, my name is Hannah Olson, and this is my video blog for week 2 of academic success. So for this blog, I'm just going to go down and explain my experiences one by one. And for my last explanation of my experience, I'm going to have my friend Wesley, who helped me with my last experience, and we're going to talk together about that. I'm going to kind of like interview him a little bit. My first experience, I actually utilized office hours for my class, Intro to Roman Civilization. It wasn't like a one-on-one kind of office hours. So my teacher, Mr. Kaiser, he had a optional like Zoom call for students who needed extra help or had questions on the exam. Basically, he just covered like questions that like he normally got on like the material from like years past, and he also answered like questions that the students had. Beforehand, I had got a couple of questions. I honestly didn't even know first what to ask until like other people were asking questions. I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably ask a question on that since like someone else got it, and now the idea kind of like popped in my head. He like reviewed the material. There's a lot of explaining going on because Roman civilization is such a complicated subject. So it's more so just like a lot of explanations, simplifying things so like better understand. And then so this was like 2 days before the exam, so he was kind of like just making sure everyone was on track and just on time with like studying and such, making sure that you're getting all the materials and like what parts to study, what parts to like, if you like, there's a lot of reading, so if you don't have to go back and reread everything. So he's just making sure everyone's on track, knowing what to study, how to study it, and explaining some of the material. For my second experience, I actually used the Kecker Guide. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but the study cycle. My communications class, actually the class that I used this, also had like a kind of like study guide like this, but not exactly. It was a little bit more simplified, I guess. But this, like, it helps a ton, and I used it both on my communications exam and my sociology exam. Didn't use it on my Intro to Roman Civilization. Like I said before, didn't really know what questions to ask, just because there's so much material. But for my communications and sociology class, sorry if I'm saying that, butchering that, I used this for when we had like optional classes or Zoom meetings to go to. As I would go back in the notes, and if there was like a question like in a quiz or just a question on overall material that I didn't understand, or like let's say the quiz I got wrong, I would write it down, and then I would have it on like a separate page, and I would bring it to class, and I would basically just like ask them all in the same period of class, get those answers. And then if someone else asked a question, I would write the question down and get the answer if it was like something I didn't think of or I thought would be like good to know. Also, reviewing after class, normally I would, come after class, relax a little bit, but like for the exam, I went straight home, straight to my dorm, and started reviewing. And I feel like that helped a lot for some reason, like kind of really ingrained it in my head, even just reading over the material, or just like even finding a Quizlet and just making sure that you remember the information and understand it. Like it's not just remembering, like actually reviewing it and understanding what you wrote down. That has helped a ton. And then like studying again, I feel like that goes hand in hand with reviewing. And then for like assessing the information, I would kind of quiz my friends a little bit, and I feel like that helps me a ton, like trying to explain it to them, especially in my own terms, and like providing examples and teaching them. And luckily all my friends are super awesome, so they were like they're willing to be taught something that I barely know. But yeah, this has helped a ton. If you can see it, I highly recommend, especially if you have an upcoming exam or quiz test or just anything. This is super nice. I think this is a great way to, like, if you don't know how to study and don't know really where to start, definitely this study, yeah, this study cycle on page 12, super good. It has helped me a ton. This is my friend Wesley. He has helped me a ton in communications, just basically explaining it. He's like my second teacher. If I did not have Wesley, there's absolutely no way I would be able to pass any of the quizzes or the exam. He's literally doing notes right now.
So
He's
many
the
notes.
best note taker I have ever seen in my life. It's like beautiful. He's just really good at like simplifying, I feel like, and like putting it in his own words, and I feel like I'm better to understand that. He has helped me like so much. I literally always go to Wesley if I have a question on communications. This is actually the room where my group studies together. I used to not do a lot of study groups, especially in high school, but I feel like utilizing like other people, even if they're not taking the same class, and like studying together has helped me a ton. So that was my last experience. I hope you liked my blog. You want to say bye, Wesley?
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Bye.